SSDI versus SSI. Are they the same, and how much can you get each and every month from these benefits? These are some really good questions, which is exactly what we're going to cover in this video. Let's get into it right away. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm back each and every day in videos just like this one to help you out in any way that I possibly can. I am very much committed and dedicated to everybody right here on the channel, and I truly just want to do whatever I possibly can, as I know it is tough out there, it's very confusing, it's difficult, and the struggle is real with everything going on right now. Also, please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Ask them to come over, check out some videos, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get into it and talk about the differences between SSDI and SSI. Are they the same, and ultimately, how much can you get each and every month from these benefits and these very important programs? All right, let's first start out by talking about SSDI. What is the program, and what does it actually stand for? SSDI actually stands for Social Security Disability Insurance. SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. So now this program is actually set up for people who are disabled or who become disabled during their working years. And this is a program that is set up for people to draw on benefits on a monthly basis to help supplement your income and or replace a portion of the income that was lost due to a disability. So now, there's a lot of talk about this program. In fact, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time now, you know that I've been a huge advocate for many, many months, a very long time now, talking about how Social Security needs to step up, reform the program, and ultimately raise benefits for the millions of beneficiaries who draw on SSDI each and every month, because simply, it's just not enough to live on. Realistically, with everything going on right now, the SSDI benefits for most beneficiaries is simply too low. However, we can talk about that more in a different video, but I just wanted to mention it that we are certainly in support of raising SSDI benefits, at least up to a level that people can actually live on, right? But either way, again, we can talk about that more in a separate video. But here's the thing. SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance benefits, are paid out to those individuals who, like I said, are disabled or who have become disabled during their working years and who no longer can work either full-time or even work part-time, and to help replace some of the lost income. Now here's the thing. You can still actually work a little bit and earn some money while receiving SSDI benefits. It's not much. However, one thing I would say to you, if you're receiving SSDI and you want to start working, the best thing I would say to do, call the Social Security Administration, have a conversation with an agent, and let them know your intentions, and let them know that you may start working, and then they can kind of direct you accordingly as far as how much you can earn and everything with your situation. So I would definitely recommend calling them first before you actually start working if you're receiving SSDI. But again, work is not required. In fact, for most people receiving SSDI, I would anticipate most people probably don't work because of disabilities, right? That's the whole purpose behind the program. But here's the thing. SSDI benefits are actually paid out based on contributions into the Social Security Administration, right? So let me give you a quick example. During your working years, right, you work, and every maybe week or every other week, you're receiving your paycheck. When you look at your pay stub, you see that a lot of different taxes are taken out. You have federal taxes, you have state taxes if you're in a state that has state taxes, you have Social Security, you have Medicare taxes, you see all of these taxes that are taken out. Well, specifically, the taxes that are paid into Social Security are the ones that are kind of building up as far as how much you contribute into Social Security to determine your actual Social Security disability benefit in the event you actually become disabled. Well, therefore, based on how much you've actually paid in, that is how they would calculate your actual Social Security disability benefit in the event you were to become disabled. So, let's just say, for example, you work for maybe 20 years, and unfortunately, something happens where you have become disabled and no longer able to work. Again, that's a really sad and unfortunate situation, but it does happen to many people. So if that happens to you, I just want to let you know you're certainly not alone by any means, okay? So I know you can feel a lot of times like I'm alone in this. You're not alone. It's really unfortunate. I get it. But that is why these programs are set up to help people out in these situations. So If that is your situation and you want to start drawing on SSDI benefits, you would then contact the Social Security Administration. They would look at your record and see how much you've actually paid into the Social Security Administration through payroll taxes. And with that, they run a series of calculations based on everything, your years of working, your contributions, things like this, credits, stuff like that, and then they will calculate your actual SSDI benefit. Therefore, once you have applied and you start getting SSDI, then you start getting monthly benefits going forward. So that's kind of the SSDI program. Of course, it is far more elaborate than what I just laid out, but I kind of wanted to keep it relatively basic in this video and kind of describe the differences between SSDI and SSI. So that is SSDI. Now, let's talk about the SSI program. Now, what does SSI stand for? It actually stands for Supplemental Security Income. Now, this program, once again, is set up for people who are older adults or people with disabilities who have limited income and limited resources. So, again, these programs are actually very, very similar, but yet they are also very different. So the SSI program, again, it's for people who are older adults, people with disabilities, or or people with low income and limited resources. So now here's the thing with SSI versus SSDI. SSDI is based on contributions into Social Security, right? So basically everybody who receives SSDI is getting a different benefit. The benefit could be $300 a month. It could be $800 a month. It could be $1,300 a month. It could be a wide range across the board for SSDI. But with SSI beneficiaries, essentially for the most part, it's kind of across the board, pretty much the same for most people. Now, of course, it could be different for some people, but for the vast majority of people receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income payments on a monthly basis, it is the same at $794 as of right now. Now, that changes each and every year with the adjustment as a result of the cost of living adjustment, the COLA raise, each and every year that the Social Security Administration will actually announce. So, SSI is actually one of the programs that actually adjusts for the COLA raise each and every year, just like SSDI, just like Social Security Retirement, Social Security Survivors. All of these benefits adjust for the cost of living adjustment each and every year. But here's the thing with SSI. Just like all these other benefits, it does adjust for the cost of living adjustment, but the maximum benefit as of right now, but again, it'll be adjusting here in the start of the new year, as of right now is $794 each and every month. So that is what you can get on the SSI program. Now again, just like the SSDI program, we are also huge advocates right here on the channel, and we've been talking about this for a while now, that they absolutely need to reform this program and ultimately raise benefits for people receiving these benefits because, let's be real, can you really live on $794 a month? I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to, if you really had to. It can be done because a lot of people are doing it, but realistically, that is such a low amount of money for many people to live on. We've been talking a lot lately about raising benefits and ultimately reforming the program to actually bring it up to a level that people can actually live on. In fact, right now, just a quick side note, there are a number of different senators who are currently working on, it is something called the SSI Restoration Act, which is actually a pretty good program. They want to raise benefits to 100% of the federal poverty line, which would actually be $1,073 each and every month as of right now, and it would actually be $12,880 on an annualized basis. So that's way better than $794 each and every month right now. So there's a lot of really good stuff within that SSI Restoration Act, but we can talk about that again in a separate video. But either way, the SSI and SSDI programs are very similar, but yet they are actually very, very different. SSDI is based on how much you've paid in to Social Security based on your payroll taxes, as in Social Security taxes. That's what SSDI is based on. And SSI is basically for those people who are older adults or people with disabilities who maybe haven't paid a whole lot into payroll taxes from Social Security, or you're in a situation where maybe you haven't qualified for SSDI quite yet, right? And you're an older adult or somebody with a disability and you have low income and low resources, then you would be eligible for this SSI program, which would help you out, right? Each and every month. Here's another thing with SSI. If you're receiving SSI, you should automatically be grandfathered in to also start getting SNAP benefits as well. So there's SNAP benefits being food assistance. Some people call it food assistance. Some people call it nutrition assistance, food stamps. But essentially it's all referring to the same thing, which is basically you're getting money on a monthly basis to help you out pay for your much needed groceries, right? So again, SSI beneficiaries, you should be able to get SNAP benefits on top of your SSI benefit, along with possibly some other benefits, maybe even like rental assistance, as in utility assistance, maybe housing vouchers, things like this. There are other benefits on top of your SSI that you could possibly be taking advantage of. Whereas somebody receiving SSDI, you may not be eligible for all that stuff. However, you could possibly be eligible for it. But maybe not everybody receiving SSDI, if that makes sense. So either way, the programs are similar, but yet they are still very, very different. A lot of times there's a lot of confusion about these programs, thinking that they're the same thing. They're certainly not the same thing. SSDI is funded through Social Security, whereas SSI is actually funded through the general fund, but rather it is actually administered through the Social Security Administration. Make sense? Yeah, kind of confusing, right? A lot of SS acronyms, right? SSDI, SSI, and they all sound like the same, but they're actually not, right? So anyway, I hope this kind of lays it out and kind of describes a little bit of the differences between these two very, very important programs that actually send out monthly benefits to literally tens of millions of beneficiaries every single month. They're very important programs. So, yeah. I just wanted to lay it out for you. Hopefully this answers some of your questions and some of the differences between these two programs. I hope this helps you out. Please leave any comments or questions down below if you have any. And of course, I'll continue to be here for you in any way that I can. I'll answer them for you. Or maybe I'll just come back and, maybe I'll make it a new video, an updated video, and let you know some of the differences and or just answering your questions, whatever you have out there. So I just want to do whatever I can to help. Please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. Again, share this with your friends, family, social media, and just remember, I'm here for you each and every day to help out in any way that I possibly can. Thank you. I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you again later in the next video.